Son, I know that you don't like your dad getting into your affairs. Well, that was a bad choice of words, but you know what I mean. You're at an age now, son, that you're going to be looking at women if you already haven't been looking at them. And my gut feeling is, son, that you've been looking at them and you've been liking what you see. You know, you've been kind of liking the opposite sex, haven't you, boy, huh? Well, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you do it in moderation and you keep everything above board. Now, let me clue you in. You know, you probably, when the time comes, anyway, that you have a excuse me, son. So when the time comes that you maybe you fall in love, maybe you fall in lust. Time comes that you want to tie the knot. It's okay. That's what you're here. This is part of your earthly experience, son, is to get married and then get divorced and see how it feels. But every person, every man, and every woman, uh, every young man and every young woman that marries, they think that it's not going to happen to them. You're special. You're special. You know what love is. You're not going to have any problems. You're not going to end up in divorce. Heavens, no. That's for other people. That's for people that don't know what they're doing, that really weren't in love, but were in love. Let me tell you something, son. The woman that you walk down the aisle with is not going to be the same woman that you find in a divorce court. And if you think she's going to be the same woman, you're full of crap. And I don't like to think that my son's full of crap because that puts me in a bad light. Because I know I'm not full of crap, son. I don't want you to be full of crap. I don't want to go through life thinking that my son and other people thinking that my son is full of crap. Now, here, I'll tell you the truth, okay? I don't care how spunky looking, how sexy looking, how beautiful, how pretty your woman looks before you marry her, or looks when you marry her. She's going to change. She's going to become a bitch. Don't you get it? She's going to become ugly. If you want to see somebody hit by the ugly stick, look at her mother. You look at her mother, and if she's overweight, you can be guaranteed that your bride's going to be overweight, son. Don't you get it? I don't want to hear, Kathy's different. She's thin and her mother's fat. That's because her mother let herself go. Bull. You go look at her mother's high school graduation picture, son, and she was skinny and thin too, you know? Now she's a fat pig. Don't you get it? People change. People change. I'm trying to help you, son. I don't care how good she makes you feel inside. You know? I mean, that's all well and good, I guess. But the fact is, she's going to turn out to be a blimp. Not all women. Some women can stay on that diet and keep working out. Some people, some girls, some women are not bitches, son. Some women are very, very nice. They're very nice. Of course, that's rare, but some of them are very nice, and they maintain their weight and their good looks throughout their life. But the odds of that, you might as well open your window at your home and put out your hand, and the chances of that happening with your marriage, you might as well put your hand out the window and a $20 gold piece might fall in your hand. A $20 gold piece isn't going to fall in your hand, is it, son? Huh? She might not be a bitch. She might be a very nice woman. You know? I don't want you to take that the wrong way, because some women are nice. On the other hand, some women are complete bitches. Well, take Nancy Pelosi, for instance. How would you like to be married to her? Good grief. Or Maxine Waters. How would you like to be married to her, son? Your life would be a living hell. You'd get up in the morning and think, oh, is she still here? Go to bed at night and, oh, is she still here? I can't stand her. Don't want to be around her. Your life, if you're married to someone like that, your life would be a living hell. You know? But that's just my advice to you, son. I'm sure you'll make the right decision. And if you don't, you're going to be in hell the rest of your life. And whose fault it will be your fault. I tried to warn you. Anyway, that's my advice from a father to a son. That don't get your hopes up, because people change. Women change. Some women are sweet, and then some women turn out to be also bitchy and whiny and gives you a honeydew list every weekend. You don't have a life of your own. You have to sit down and at mealtime. You can't watch TV at nighttime having a meal. Hell no. I don't care if a football game's on. You can't watch TV. Why? Because you've got to talk about your day. How did your day go, honey? Oh, I did this. How'd your day go, honey? You got to talk about yourself and your day. You can't enjoy yourself. You can't watch TV when you're eating. That's something you did as a bachelor, you know? But when you're married, you're around her all the time. The only peace and quiet you have is when you go on the John, sit on the toilet for a few minutes. That's the only peace you're going to have, son. Don't you get it? Anyway, that's my advice to you. I'm not saying you should get married. Everybody should get married. Everybody should have kids. But just be careful that you're going to marry the right one, you know? And some women, like I said, some women aren't going to be bitches. Some women are going to be really nice and really sexy for the rest of their life. Now, if you believe that, I've got a bridge in Tennessee to sell you. Call Susie in here, will you? Tell your sister to come in. I got some advice for her. Okay? Thanks, son. Have a nice day. Hope I didn't say anything out of the it'd sway you one way or the other. Call Susie in here, will you? Oh boy. Well, hi, honey. How's it going, huh? I wanted to talk to you. You're at an age now that well, you're probably looking at the boys at school, aren't you, huh? You're probably looking at the guys at school, and it's natural. I mean, it's natural. I didn't look at guys at school myself. I looked at the women because that's natural. It's not natural for a woman to look at another woman. It just isn't. Or a guy to look at another guy, huh? Maybe John's looking at Bob. Maybe Jill's looking at Janet, you know? You shouldn't do that. But I know I know you're normal and you're not, in this transvestite thing, or homosexual or lesbian type situation. If you were, I'd take you behind the shed. Now, I've raised you to do the right thing, to Adam and Eve were a boy and a girl. God created Adam and Eve as a role model. It's something that, that we're supposed to be like. He didn't create Bob and Albert, you know. He created Adam and Eve, a male and a female, boy and a girl, man and a woman. Okay, now, honey, the reason I want to talk to you is that, like I said, you're coming of age now, that you're gonna start thinking about boys. I'm sure you've already started, looking at them. And there's guys, there's good-looking guys out there. They're not all studs, Get a nice guy out there that nice, come from a nice Christian family. And some of those boys, honey, have one thing on their mind. They have one thing on their mind, and that's to, well, I don't know how else to say it except, well, they want to pull your panties down. that's the bottom line on it. Hey, that's a pun. But that's pretty much the bottom line. They want to get in your pants, honey. And not everybody, not every guy wants to do that. I don't know. 99% of them do. And but those are not the guys that you want to date or you want to marry. Those guys, honey, those guys are what we call perverts. They're perverts or psychos. Now I know it's a normal thing for a guy to look at a woman as beautiful and slender and spunky as you are, honey. It's normal for a guy to like what he sees, Maybe he might want to kiss you, He might want to hold you, hold your hands, hold you, That's normal. But you don't want to just go hop in bed or have him think you're cheap and a slut. If he wants that, then tell him to take a hike. Tell him you're not that type. I want him to look at you, honey, and respect you. And to realize that you're a wonderful young woman. I don't want him to look at you every Friday night when he takes you out. I don't want him looking at you like you're a piece of fried chicken. He might be looking at you like you're a piece of Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's not right. That's not right, and it's not going to turn out well. Sure, it might be fun for a little while. What happens if you get pregnant? Huh? What happens if you get pregnant and you find out this guy's a creep? Then what happens, huh? You don't want to marry the guy because he's an asshole. He's a jerk. And all of a sudden you have a baby, you know? You don't want to get an abortion because that's killing somebody, honey. When you get an abortion, it's killing someone. So you have your baby. If you don't want your baby, might have bad memories because, you know, of what happened, the guy that's the father. So you might put it up for adoption, and that's the right thing to do. Because there's plenty of people out there that can't have children that would love to have a baby. They would love to have a baby. So you put it up for adoption. You do the right thing. But honey, I want you to be careful because a lot of guys are just out there for the good times, you know? I mean, I've probably had sexual relations with, I don't know, 5, 6 women in my life. Some guys have that in a weekend. I feel like I was gypped. I tried to be a good boy. I really did. I tried hard. I really did. But anyway, honey, just be careful. Be careful, and don't let the guy think that you're easy, or if he tries to make a play for you and tries to get to, you know, second, third base on the first date, you know, drop the guy. The guy's just after one thing, and that's your body. You're not a sex object, honey. You're not a piece of chicken. You're a beautiful young woman that needs a decent guy that's going to treat you like a queen. All right? So I'm glad we had this talk. Now, you know, I you don't have to listen to me if you don't want to, but I'm telling you the truth. Some guys are complete jerks. Some guys, you're just a notch on their bedpost. Like the old cowboy days. You're a notch on their gun. So anyway, try to be a good girl. And if you don't mess around and you're I don't know how else to put it, you're a virgin at the time of your marriage, that says a lot for your morality, your being a decent person. And that's what God wants to do. So anyway, do the right thing. And if you ever want to talk to me about anything else, come on in. I'm here. I'm here 24/7 to help you and your brother and give you the best advice that I can. Why? Because I'm a cool guy and a cool dad. You know it, and I know it.